Welcome to our channel, Physics, Form 1, Density, Table of Contents, Definition of Density, Calculation of Density of Regular and Irregular Objects. Kindly watch and learn. My name is Teacher Samson. Which weighs more, a kilogram of feathers or a kilogram of iron? All right, let us find out. What is density? What is density? If you take the same volume of different substances, then they will weigh different amounts. For example, wood of 1 cubic centimeter and water of 1 cubic centimeter and iron of 1 cubic centimeter. Definitely, when you weigh them, they weigh differently. Like the wood is 0.50 grams, water 1.00 grams, and iron 8.00 grams. Which has the greatest mass and therefore the most dense? Obviously, you can see it is iron. Correct. Density is the mass per unit volume. Density is the mass per unit volume. And density equation, let us see. Density equation, we have said density is the mass per volume, mass over the volume of that substance. So mass is given in grams or kilograms, and volume is centimeter cubic or meter cubic. Density is grams per cubic centimeter or kilograms per meter cubic. Thank you. So when you look at this triangle, density equals to mass over volume, and volume equals to mass over density, and mass equals to density times volume. Question. Liquid water has a density of 1000 kilogram per meter cubic, while ice has density of 920 kilograms per meter cubic. Calculate the volume occupied by 0.25 kilograms of each. So first of all, we have said that volume equals to mass over density, and the mass itself is 0.25. We calculate the first one is 0.25. The volume will be 0.25 over 1000, which is 0.000250 meter cubic. That is the volume for the first one. And then we come to the volume of the ice. The ice will be mass over density. So mass is 0.25 kg over 920, and therefore it is 0.000272 meter cubic. Density of regular solid. Density of regular solid. Regular solid, for example, this is a cuboid. So if it is a cuboid, we look at the length, width, and height. So it is measuring, the width is 2.0 centimeters, and the height is 3.0 centimeters, and the length is 4.0 centimeters. So the volume, and we have been told that the mass of this substance is 240 grams. So we say find the mass of the solid on a balance. That is first step. Number 2, measure the 3 length and calculate the volume as you can see it. Then that is volume will be over cuboid is length times width times height. So calculate the density. So density, we say it is mass over volume. So the mass is 240 grams and the volume is 24. So it will be equals to 214 divided by 24, which is 10.0 grams per cubic centimeters. Density, different substances of the same volume have different density. For example, the density of aluminium is 2.70 grams per cubic centimeters. Iron is 7.86 grams per cubic centimeters. Brass is 8.50 grams per cubic centimeters. Wood, 0.50 grams per cubic centimeters. Lead, 2.80 grams per cubic centimeters. Glass, 2.50 grams per cubic centimeters. And lead, 11.3 grams per cubic centimeters. Marble, 2.70 grams per cubic centimeters. And wax, 0.89 grams per cubic centimeters. Look at this. Density of an irregular solid. So step number 1, that is the liquid. Find the mass of the solid on beam balance. So I have measured the solid and I have found it is 360 grams. Fill the measuring cylinder with water to a known volume. So I have filled it up to 50 centimeters cubic. Add the object. Look at me. I want to add this object there. So I put the object and work out the volume of water that is displaced. So the volume of water has been displaced and moved to 80 cubic centimeters. So definitely calculate the density. So we just need to know the volume of that solid. So the volume of the solid will be equal to 80 minus 50. 80 minus 50, which is 30. That is the volume. So we said density equals to mass over volume. So the mass is 360 and the volume is 30. So it will be 360 divided by 30, which is 12.0 grams per cubic centimeters. Density of an irregular solid. Let us continue. Or use a Eureka cane to find the volume. So first of all, take the mass. Find the mass of the solid on a beam balance. So the mass here is 440 grams. Then what do you do next? Add water until just overflowing. There where it is going to overflow to the other one when you just put any mass in that water. So I have done so. Place the measuring cylinder under the spot. When it is going to overflow, the overflow is going to be collected here. Then you release add the object. So I add it, then water will move and collect the water and read of the volume. So when I read it there, it is 40 cubic centimeters. Now you can calculate the density. Calculate density. So density, we have said, is mass over volume. And the mass is 440 grams. And the volume is, in centimeter cubic, is 40. So density will be mass over volume, which is 440 over 40, which is 11.0 grams per cubic centimeters. We have seen this, the density of different materials. Aluminium 2.70, we have brass 8.50, and we have glass 2.50 grams per cubic centimeters. Density of a liquid. So number 1, find the mass of an empty measuring cylinder. I have found it is 25.0 grams. Add a certain volume of liquid. I have added 20 cubic centimeters. I have added to 20 cubic centimeters from 20 to, now it has measured. Find the mass of the measuring cylinder and liquid. I first found the mass of the empty when it was empty, then when it has a liquid, it has moved to 45 grams. So find the mass of calculate the mass of liquid. It will be 45. 45. Mass of liquid is usually mass of that measuring cylinder and liquid minus when that cylinder was empty. So minus the mass of empty cylinder. So it is 45 grams minus 25 grams equals to 20 grams. So calculate the density. Density equals to mass over volume. So it will be that mass, which is 20 grams, over volume, which is 20 cubic centimeters. So it becomes 20 over 20, which is 1.00 grams per cubic centimeters. Density of a gas. Number 1, remove the air from a flask of a known volume using a vacuum pump. Then find its mass. I have measured it is 150 grams and the space is 1000 cubic centimeters. Add the gas. When you add it, you have to measure. Reweigh. When I reweigh, I get 170 grams from 150 to 170. The difference in their masses, it is 170 minus 150, which is 20 grams. And then calculate density. Density is mass over volume, so it will be 20 grams over 1000 cubic centimeters, which is 0.0200 grams per cubic centimeters. Thank you for connecting. Find us more. You can subscribe for more.